Hello everybody,
Hello.
and welcome to take 45 of the South Coast GT 2015. Hopefully we are actually in your picture, speaking and recording our sound at the same time. So hello everybody, if you're watching this, we've been a success.
Yeah.
We are not YouTube professionals, we're podcasters trying to do this on a budget, as you may have seen from last year's videos. So yeah, hello everybody, welcome. It's round 2 at the moment. We didn't quite have time in round 1 to do this, but hopefully you'll get us in between a few chats and supported with our Twitter and our Instagram coverage. You'll get a bit of a picture for the event really. So Wayne, nice and sunny day outside?
Yep, weather was bad this morning, but it's turned out nice. So yeah, to be fair with the weather, we're only really concerned about the Friday when we're setting up, moving all the boards, and obviously Sunday night when we're packing everything away. As long as the weather's okay, then I'm not really fussed, to be honest. Because once you're indoors, it don't matter. Actually, to be fair, if it was cooler weather, it's actually better for the gamers, because last thing they want is a sunbeam down on them.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we've been quite lucky over the years, and we have had some good weather, and a lot of people associate this tournament with good weather, so it's always nice when it happens.
Yeah.
The cider's been flowing certainly last night and this morning, so that's good. So we're not going to talk too much about gaming in this one, although there's a few stories I want to cover. It's mainly just having a chat about some stuff we've seen and how the tournament's gone, and then we'll visit later when we get to the round 5s when the gaming starts mixing it up. So what have you seen painting-wise that looks good?
I haven't seen every single army yet, but I've seen most of them. I think painting-wise, Steve Wren's is a standout army. We've seen Steve's before, it's his Empire army, and it is lovely. It's a really, really amazing army. But then I'd say because we've got a trophy for coolest army, and I think the standout army at the moment for that is Steve Foots. He's done, if anyone's seen the End Times book Fanquil, there's a piece of artwork where it has the Slan kind of evacuating Lustria. So the pyramids are taking off, and they're going back to the stars, as they put it. And
Steve's Exodus, isn't it?
The Exodus, yeah. Steve's recreated that. So the whole movement trays, all the ground breaking up. There's a pyramid actually taking off, and there's actually I think they're called a statoelectric ball. You know when those fun balls where you get you put your hand against, and all the electricity goes to your hand. It's got one of those underneath the pyramid, and what it creates is the look of kind of like the magic or whatever they've activated is underneath, so that's lifting the pyramid up, and it just looks epic. We'll put some pictures up for you guys so you can see it, but it's great. It's a really good piece of work.
You actually took a picture of this on Instagram and on Twitter that you can see when it didn't have the army set up on it, and it got a ton of favourites and retweets and likes, whatever else. And,
it's great.
I'm really sure when we get all those laid out tomorrow afternoon, we'll be able to have a good look at those. We've also got our painting competition. First time we've run one. We've got like a single figure painting competition running tonight in the evening for something extra. I'm looking forward to that, are you?
Yeah, because obviously I'd imagine most of the painters are not talking about it too much, keeping it secret. It's going to be on players' votes, apart from the overall kind of like best in show, which is going to be judged by us guys, and then that person will win a rather nice sword. You know, not quite on the scale of the Slayer sword, but you know, the kind of little equivalent.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it should be interesting. I'm looking forward to seeing how that goes, and if people embrace it. It's a new thing for us. Obviously, being a gaming tournament primarily, I'll be interested to see how many people take it up. But I know there's quite a few people who've been doing entries this week.
I think once we get to next year, it'll grow.
Yeah.
Once we get a bit of interest this year, and obviously the pictures that go up online, and you know, people will talk about it, then next year will probably be, you know, I mean, at the moment we don't know how big it's going to be anyway, because we don't know how many people are entering. So we might get a pretty good turnout this year, but I imagine next year will be the year where it really picks up.
In terms of other cool armies, the other one that I want to mention is there's the Skaven army that's old school. It's got just a million Skaven, 5th edition Globadiers, big screaming bell, and it just looks brilliant, doesn't it? Lots of little details and making the units look like a real good horde.
Yeah, massive models,
absolutely
massive.
That's Steve Smith's army, and that's really good.
Yeah.
So, I don't know, there's a lot of little ones, isn't there, that we looked at and thought, that's cool.
There's a lot of quirky, cool stuff, whereas maybe the whole army isn't, you know, that great, but there's a few features within those armies that are really, really cool. And there's a lot of that. There's a lot of that sort of around the armies where people have put maybe, you know, a real lot of effort into one character or one certain unit, and which is really good. I mean, that's my favourite bit of the weekend. You go around, you see a lot of stuff you've never seen before, or you've seen stuff online where you actually get to look at it properly and, you know, and kind of get up close to it.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's great. There is some good stuff here.
Yeah. Now the other, in terms of gaming then, so we've got some great painting on the go, and hopefully we'll be able to capture this in a future video, especially though Instagram.com/Heelanhammer is the place to have a look at all these, and our Twitter feed. So, gaming. there's a lot of good elf armies, I think, here potentially, but they suffer a little bit from rock paper scissors matchups, and you could certainly see that results in the first round where some literally got ran over and some just destroyed what they were playing. So that'd be interesting to see how it goes. There's some strong Empire lists, I think, that are here. They should be played by some strong players. We've also got an interesting dynamic at this event that happens every year, where we have top players from international teams such as Poland and UK's top players playing novices in these early rounds, and it's always interesting to see the rules queries that come up. And a couple of them we've got asked this round, like, when do you take your redirect tests and stuff like this? You sort of answer it off the cuff, and then they sort of look at you like you're talking Spanish. And you have to show them in the book where it says that. But trying to find a bit of information like that 5 years on, when it's pretty known by experienced players, it was hard work. So I think, to be
fair to the new guys, obviously, if they're playing at club level and they're playing at a certain standard of play, which they're having fun, and all of a sudden they play a real top player who is kind of like 2 moves ahead of them. It's almost like they're getting a lesson in Warhammer, and they kind of come out of the game thinking, can you really do that stuff? Can you really do this?
One of the players in particular, fair play to him, he came up to me afterwards and said, look, I'm not moaning, I just want to know if this is right. Here's some rules queries. Was he right? And he wasn't all of them. I was like, yeah, that's how it works. And he was like, I can't believe that's how it works. So hopefully they'll learn something just before the edition changes. One of the things we were keen to see is this may well be, if the rumours are right, the last 8th edition tournament. And hopefully what a way to finish the edition. So.
I did think it was funny. Terry, a member from our club, he's got his own shop, and he's got a little stall down just over there, and he's got all his stuff displayed, this, that and the other, and right in the middle there's a lot of round bases. No square bases, just round bases. So I was like, come on boys, you have to rebase your armies. That's not going to be the case, we're pretty sure it's not. But it did make me laugh.
There certainly looks like there could be a skirmish thing on the go, which will require the rounds. So a bit of a joke was had at the beginning, wasn't it, on your announcements about the round base, and got a bit of a laugh. But so hopefully it's a good way to finish the edition, and I'm looking forward to seeing in the closing rounds how these armies come. If you haven't seen our comp pack, if you go to warhammer.org.uk and look for the South Coast GT official thread, you'll be able to see our pack. I'm not going to explain it here because it's too long, but it's quite unique in how the army selection works and how that interacts with deciding the winner. So check that out. And there's so many different armies here. Something that we've struggled with, I think, a little bit on the tournament scene of late, where they're becoming a little bit stale. People have been forced to take suboptimal choices to be able to get in the stuff that's really effective. So I've seen a lot of Hydras and things that you don't normally see for a while. Sitting in dead piles, mind. They're not suddenly amazing, but it's good to see them on the board.
There's a lot of Yetis.
Yetis.
Armies,
just some choices that we made attractive through the comp system. So it's pretty good, and it seems to be well received. So I'll be interested to see at the end of it how people thought it all went. But so I think that's about it for round 2 and 1. So we'll catch up with you later when we've got a bit more stories. The only other story I want to quickly mention while I'm here, because it's come to me, was there was some... We couldn't even remember the name of them, but I think they're nasty stalkers, aren't they? Which is goblin assassins. A goblin assassin popped out, someone's got them here, and managed to kill and blow a Dark Elf battle standard, which, everyone knows who knows us. I'm a big Dark Elf fan. I'm really not.
You don't see that very often, do you?
I did laugh. I laughed
Any
hard.
kind of goblin taken out.
A
character.
Yeah, and it just happened to be there was a little bit of a gate last year revolving around a killing blow, and the guy that got killing blowed was involved in that killing blow gate, so it was even extra fun. So I chuckled. So that was sort of the story of the first round, and hopefully we'll be able to bring you a few more moving forward. Yeah. See you in a bit.
Bye-bye.
And we've been sat in the cupboard collecting dust until I thought, hang on a minute.
It has to move. So it now has to move when the conversion on the first
So the free stock strength for luck, I take it. Right. So you're sorry,
It's a little one.
I don't know, maybe if I thought
Because you're facing this way. Even
I'm buying some new artillery dice, this is just
one poison.